Okay, well, it would appear that we're in a position to proceed. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for attending this morning's special board meeting. CMHA is holding this meeting virtually via webcam and teleconferencing on Thursday, April 9th, 2020, as approved through Ohio's novel coronavirus response bill, which directly affects how local governments throughout the state operate in conducting public business. These sweeping changes were approved Thursday, March 27, 2020. This provision sunsets when the governor withdraws the state of emergency or December 1st, 2020, whichever is sooner. The meeting is now called to order. Roll call for attendance. Ms. Mitchell?
Present.
Mr. Weidman? Mr. Harris?
Present.
And the chair is present. We have a quorum.
Ms. Spears.
Oh, I beg your pardon. Ms. Spears.
Present.
Hey, good morning. Thank you. And yes, we have a quorum. Our first order of business is consideration of proposed work order services change order. Resolution 5384, resolution increasing the not to exceed contract amount and authorizing the CEO of CMHA to sign a change order for the contract with Thomas Rehabbing LLC for solicitation 2019-1008 work order services in an amount not to exceed $34,720.
Motion.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, roll call. Ms. Mitchell?
Aye.
Thank you. Mr. Weidman?
Aye.
Ms. Spears?
Aye.
Mr. Harris?
Aye.
And the chair votes aye. The resolution passes. Resolution 5385. Now we take up to adopt certification of compliance, HUD form 50077 for the Cincinnati Metropolitan Housing Authority's annual plan for fiscal year 2021 and the 5-year plan for 2020 through 2024, both effective July 1st, 2020. Thank you. May I have a second? Thank you. Any questions? Hearing none, roll call. Ms. Mitchell?
Aye.
Mr. Weidman?
Aye.
Ms. Spears?
Aye.
Mr. Harris?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. The resolution passes. Now, Resolution 5386, authorizing the CEO to enter into agreements for Hamilton County 4-H initiative at 103 Considine Avenue.
Motion.
Thank you. The second?
Second.
Thank you. Any questions?
Yes, I have a couple of questions.
Sure.
So,
Go ahead, please.
Mr. Johnson, who maintains the property? They're just using it for the seasonal time, and then after that, we maintain it, or?
They're going to maintain it for the entirety. So their plan is to do this, and if it grows, they want to do it for at least 3 to 5 years at the minimum. This is in conjunction with Dale Mallory, and they have gotten grants from the state. So this is the start of a pretty big ordeal. They've actually went out to Price Hill community and solicited the neighbors and gotten their okay on it. So it's the start of something that's probably going to grow, and they want to do more of them across Cincinnati.
And how do the residents access the produce once it's grown? Do they?
Yeah,
pass it out.
I think they haven't 100% settled on how that's going to happen, but where this is located, our residents are probably 50 feet away.
Okay.
To an entry point. So our residents will be very, very close, and the goal is for them to give most of it away. because they're getting the grants to build the tents and buy the seeds and do all those things. So it's really a group of volunteers that's doing it.
Thank you.
Are there opportunities for nearby residents to actually do the farming?
I don't know the answer to that because I know they're pretty particular about making sure things are done right and they're getting a grant. So, but we did not talk to them when we had the meetings. We did not talk to them about maybe a job producing, but they are planning to have training sessions there in the summer where they're inviting the neighborhood in to talk to them about how to grow, how to do it themselves.
Yeah.
And the importance of eating right. I do know that. So they will have speakers there to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. I've just noticed in OTR and Clifton over the years, if I have it right, there are folks who secure a portion of this garden and they get to do their own gardening and grow what they want and enjoy the produce or give it away. But it's a win-win-win. So
yeah, I think it's going to be really good for our residents. The other big thing about it is they introduce vegetables that normally people have, they don't even know about, and then teach them how to, and have classes on teaching how to prepare them as well.
that sounds like something we want to be a part of.
Yeah, definitely.
Any other questions? Okay, hearing none, roll call. Ms. Mitchell.
Aye.
Mr. Weedman.
Aye.
Ms. Spears.
Aye.
Mr. Harris.
Aye.
The chair votes aye. The resolution passes.
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you. Thank you. Are there any questions or comments from board members? Hearing none, I'll just take the liberty of saying again, thank you to everyone who's involved in making this format available to us so that staff can carry on with their critical work. And thanks to each of the board members for what you've done to be a part of this meeting and for ever long as we need to operate in this format.
Mr. Chair,
yes.
I just have one thing. I just wanted to make sure that I say this to the board with the staff. Our leadership staff has been really, really good, and they've been working really hard to make changes and keep things going. I mean, we have one of our members that doesn't have power, but she's been able to text us and tell us, hey, I don't have power and things like that. But I would have to say that everybody's been working really hard to make sure that we're still providing the best service we can to the Hamilton County community. And I just also wanted to mention, I've been in a few calls with the Cincinnati Foundation, and they asked me what could they do. And so after a few calls, I believe they're going to donate maybe $10,000, $20,000 to JRAB. And my suggestion was to buy Kroger cards for families that live in our sites versus buying food or anything. And people can go and get and pick up what they need and what they like to eat versus somebody picking them out. So I don't know. It's supposed to be happening the next week or so, but I'll update the board on that when it does happen. And I asked them to give it to JRAP versus giving it to the Housing Authority through this process. So I just wanted to let everybody know that.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Well, I'll take the liberty of speaking for every board member, and they can chime in as they care to. You're so right to take a moment and recognize the extraordinary efforts that staff are making to do their work, do their jobs. And it's not nothing. It's really one of the heartwarming results of this. We're figuring out how to be better because we must. And in the case of CMHA, with your leadership, Greg, they're succeeding, and CMHA is and will be a stronger organization on the other side of this. So to be sure, the board wants you to share with each and every one of them in the way you choose that we're not only pleased, that we're proud that they're CMHA employees and making such a difference when it matters.
I concur with Bill on that.
Good.
Great job by the whole staff. Excellent.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Okay, roll call for adjournment. Ms. Mitchell. Mr. Weedman.
Aye.
Ms. Spears.
Aye.
Mr. Harris.
Aye.
And the chair votes aye. The meeting is adjourned. Safe endeavors to everyone, and we'll look forward to our next convocation.
I think we still have our, don't we still have our chairman's agenda here from the board meeting? Oh, I'm sorry. Forget I said that.
That's all right.
I had a duplicate.
Great. Thank you all. Have a good one.
You're
All right,
my
you too.
back.
Thanks.
Hey, see ya.
Okay. Thanks.
Thanks.